I'm sorry about that. I've been kind of busy these past few weeks, well, this past month has been pretty busy because I've been doing extra shifts at work to try and save up, because this is sort of the final push. Well, it was the final push before I was sort of cut off from work and doing my own thing, doing travelling, going to uni and stuff like that. So, yeah, I haven't posted. I said I would, but I'm here now, so sorry. I mean, I don't even know if anyone's going to watch this or anyone cares, but I did say I would post a video and I didn't, so sorry. But yeah, what have I been doing this past month? It's been a big month for me. The main big event was going up to visit my, well, what will be my uni next year, because I have a friend at Durham Uni, and which is where I'm going to go, and she offered to have me to stay for a week there, so I can just sort of try it out and meet some people, just sort of get to know the uni a bit before I go there in October. Why it was sort of a big thing, such a big thing, is because that was to be the first time which I kind of properly ventured out, no wig, making the positive move to live my life without a wig and bald. And it was quite an experience, I must say. It was very challenging, but very rewarding, and I'm very glad I did it, and very glad that I don't have to hide behind a wig or hat anymore. I've also, I went to see an old school friend. We went on like a bar break and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of travelling. I'm quite tired now, but I'm just sort of slowly recovering. And yeah, I kind of want to share a sort of update of how it is and how I found like my experience with actually properly living without a wig. So yeah, here goes. I'd say overall it's definitely been a positive experience. There are a lot of great things that come from sort of shedding the wig and shedding the idea that I need to conform and sort of just being myself, not letting my alopecia force me to sort of feel like I need to hide it, like, yeah, just sort of wearing my struggle on my sleeve or on my head, so to speak. The main reason probably that I wanted to ditch the wig was because it sucks to have to fucking worry about wearing a wig all the time. To have to constantly be thinking, oh, will my wig sort of come off? Will people tell that it's a wig? Will I need to sort of make special arrangements because of my wig? Like, for example, going on roller coasters and things like that. Not that I went on any roller coasters in the past month, but before I went to a thought park for this holiday thing, and it was a big, like, I was so anxious and tense the whole time because I was wearing this wig and I was worried that it was going to flow off, so I'd be sort of going on a roller coaster like this and looking like an idiot, and I didn't even go on some of them because I was scared that it would fly off, even though I knew that it wouldn't fly off, but it was just this fear and didn't want to push it because that would just be horrifying. Imagine having to go into the like roller coaster arena and find this rig that had flown away. God, that would be terrible. So just not having to worry about the wig. Things like going to the shower. Because I was actually at boarding school before, which is very like halls. You've got sort of the communal showers and you've got your room and you have to kind of walk up the corridor. I mean, you can imagine what it's like. And when I was wearing my wig at school, it was such a like, I don't know, it was such an annoyance having to go for the shower, because I'd wear my wig to the shower and I'd come back and I'd like wear a towel turban on my head and tuck the wig under my towel, and sort of, it's just unnecessary, sort of like you always have to be on guard. And I'm glad that I didn't have to be like that. I could just be as people found me. I didn't have anything to hide anymore, because having something to hide, whatever it is always such a massive burden, and it just chips away at you. And yeah, I'm glad of that. Also, for practicality reasons, things like when I went for my spa break with my friend, being bald on the spa break meant that I didn't have to worry, like I could go in things like the sauna. If I was wearing a wig, that would be very uncomfortable, you can imagine. Also, the weather's been extremely hot recently, and wearing a wig in hot weather is not fun. And now I've got a nice sort of, I mean, it's great having a bold shaved head in terms of hot weather, because, well, not so great because heads have a tendency to get sunburned, but you can wear a nice airy hat. That's something that I really want to do, is sort of invest in some cool hats and explore that more, because I've never really been a hat wearer, but I feel like now, because I'm very pale, sunburn is an issue on my head, and did actually get sunburn when I was at Durham. So yeah, positive experience that I've had living with a shaved head is a lot of people have said to me how brave I am, and it definitely does give the impression of someone who's more sort of self-assured, because it is a brave thing. I know I'm sort of like talking myself up, and I do not feel brave 99% of the time. On the outside, when you see someone that's, I don't know, not afraid to stand out like I do with a shaved head, a lot of people assume that I must be very brave. My good friend that I was staying with said like sort of how brave it was of me to be without a wig, and how much she admired that. Yeah, so it definitely makes you stand out, and that's not necessarily a good thing. I'm not really sure yet how I feel about that. I try not to think about it. But it has been a good conversation starter as well. Like, some guy came up to me and, you know, he asked me about it, and we had a nice conversation after that. I mean, I wasn't offended or anything. Like, he was quite cautious about asking me, but he was drunk. It was at a uni sort of event, like a festival thing. I don't know if he would have asked me if he was sober, but, you know, he was very nice about it. It wasn't in a rude way. He was just curious about sort of why I had no hair, and I was happy to tell him. And yeah, we spoke for a while after that, and it was very nice. And like, yeah, so I don't know whether it does make you more approachable. It's, if you can sort of make a joke about it, then it really does break the ice. It makes you unique and stand out for sure. Moving on to the sort of more negative experiences I had, which weren't, mostly the negative experiences I had were in my own head. Like, nobody was actively rude to me or said anything or treated me any differently because I was bald. But there were definitely moments where I felt very insecure, especially this one time where I sort of went to the toilet. I was at this, as I was saying, this music festival type thing, event run by the university, and I went to the bathroom, and I suddenly just had this feeling of, like, I looked at myself in the mirror and I just sort of realised I wasn't sure how attractive I was anymore. I felt ugly. I felt like I missed having hair and fitting into the mould of being a pretty-ish girl. Like, not stunningly gorgeous or anything, but, you know, I wasn't ugly. I wasn't, you know, I was decent looking. That's what I'm gonna say. And it was just sort of feeling like I don't know where I stand anymore in terms of attractiveness. I'm not sure what, I hate to bring it down to this, but I'm not sure what guys think of me anymore. I kind of want to feel attractive. I want to have some experience dating. I kind of want that at this stage. I want guys to be interested in me, and I'm not sure if they are. It's really hard to know where you stand when you get this drastic change of appearance and you no longer fit into what is sort of socially acceptable or sort of widely thought of as being attractive. And I kind of struggled with that. I hate to base my own, I don't know, self-worth on how others see me, and I'm trying not to, but it's difficult because I do want to find someone someday that's going to want to date me, and yeah. Other downsides, which are sort of more minor ones, are shaving your head gets annoying. Like, I have to do it sort of every couple of days in order to stop it getting really, like, being really obvious, the bald patches. I mean, they still are kind of, like, I shaved it just this morning with a buzzer thing. What's it called? Clippers. Yeah, I don't shave it with a razor because I have quite sensitive skin. That's another downside. My scalp gets very dry, and it can, if I'm not careful, it can get kind of flaky and dry, and I never had that before. I've never had a problem with dandruff before, but I don't even know if it is, like, it's just dryness, and yeah, I guess it's because it doesn't have the hair to sort of hold the moisture in. So that's something I have to keep on top of and make sure my scalp stays moisturised. Put sun cream on my scalp, which is annoying. I have had a slightly sort of sunburnt scalp before, and that's annoying. Another thing is sort of, yeah, you do stand out. People might stare at you or give you, like, not necessarily stare at you like for extended periods of time, but you notice people double take, and if you're not kind of feeling secure in yourself, that can be kind of unsettling. But yeah, so those are some of the positives and negatives that I've noticed that I can think of off the top of my head. But overall, I'd say it has been a positive experience. I'm very proud of myself for embarking on my new life and going to university for, even if it was just sort of for a week. I didn't actually meet anyone who was going to be in my classes or anything because it's still last term. I haven't actually started yet. Yeah, a positive experience for certain. And it's a big weight off my mind to not have to wear a wig or not have to worry about covering up bald patches, to just be as I am and not hide this illness from, I call it alopecia an illness. Is it an illness? I don't know. It's technically an autoimmune disease, so we'll go with disease. It is a weight off my chest to not have to hide it from anyone, to just sort of, yeah, but it's not easy, and I mean, nothing in life is easy really, is it? But yeah, I haven't found it easy. At times it's been fine and I've forgotten that I even have no hair, but yeah, I would say it's definitely preferable to how it was before and me hiding. I definitely couldn't, it's the only option for me right now. Of course I'd prefer to have my own hair that grew perfectly fine with no issues, but that's not the case, and living with a shaved head is the only option with me because I can't be dealing with wigs. There's no way that you're going to make me wear a wig ever again. Well, maybe I will for fun, but I don't want to hide my alopecia from everyone. That's the main takeaway from this, because I'm done with hiding. It's nothing to be ashamed of really, is it? It's not anything I've done wrong. It's just my body has decided it does not like my hair. So that is what it is. And thank you very much for watching, and I hope this has given you a good insight into my experience with the shaved head, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, bye.